Hi children, today we will continue Circus Cat and the Alley Cat short story we were discussing in my previous time. So Circus Cat, Alley Cat by Anita Desai. These are her famous novels. I have already briefed about the writer in my previous line. So the story Circus Cat, Alley Cat, written by Anita Desai. This is a short story, and it's about Anna, a circus performer who becomes a nanny for an English family. And the story is about a woman named Anna, a circus performer who becomes a nanny for an English family. So what is the meaning of circus cat? Circus cat actually stands for, here you know circus, the meaning of the word circus. So what is actual meaning? Here what does it refer to? Significance of this title. Circus cat stands for the Malabar girl who had been born into the circus, trained big cats since the age of 13. So Anna started to train animals from the age of 13. And Alley Cat, on the other hand, stands for Anna's role as a nanny. So that is the significance of the title, Circus Cat, Alley Cat. And Anna in the circus was known by the name Shakti, meaning strength and power. And she marries a boy from the circus, and his job was to feed the cats. And what happens, after the marriage, the boy tells Anna that a lady's or a woman's place was only her, is only her home, and he offers himself to do all her hard jobs. Like, she used to drap the tiger over the shoulder, and she used to stand at the back of two lines, and then she used to order them to roar and snarl. So these are her jobs at the circus. And this boy, he offered to do all her hard jobs, and he said, see, you simply stay at home and look after the family. I will go and earn for the family. But Anna, she was displeased with this offer. She was not happy. She did not actually like this offer. She got angry, and in a spurt of a cat-like temper, because she is a cat trainer, she leaves her husband. She leaves him, and when she leaves her husband, she actually has a baby. And after some time, Mrs. Bates, a rich English family, she is from a rich English family, she finds Anna begging on the streets of Daryaganj street in Delhi. And when Mrs. Bates finds her, Anna and her baby were the verge of starvation, and they were begging on streets. And she felt pity on them. That is, Mrs. Bates felt pity on Mrs. Anna and her baby, and she brings them home, and she appoints Anna as the children's nanny. And Mr. Bates, after bringing her home, she gave her a white uniform, and she also put in a bathtub salt in order to wash off the special circus odor of elephant manure and cat's wit that she carried with her. And she was officially appointed as the children's nanny. And this is one phase. And second, after taking up this job, what happened to Anna? Whether she is happy with that job, because earlier she was a cat trainer at the circus. So after marriage, when her husband offered her to take up her job, she was not happy, and she just left him. And now this is her second job. Nanny is her next job. And let us see whether she is happy with this second job. So our author, the narrator of the story, she imagines that Anna, because she is a cat trainer, and when she saw Anna for the first time, Anna was hounding, that is, she was harassing the children while they were playing hide and seek. And with the coming of Anna, there were a lot of changes in the children. The children, they could not accept her as their nanny, because to them she was never an alley cat, a nice mother pussy cat, but a terror-striking circus cat. And when she entered into the room with a cycle or skipping ropes, children would feel always that their trainer had arrived, and the children would play games in the spirit of acting like in a circus to the dictates of a trainer. So as when a trainer dictates things, animals would blindly oblige. So here the same thing happens. Children also, when she commands, when she dictates things, they obey her out of fear. So when Anna came to the breakfast table, and when she took a bread and when she cut it into slices, the children were very keenly they were watching that. And they thought that as if Anna is cutting, or she cuts a great chunk of fresh meat, and they imagined that blood is dripping out from that meat. And she carries a cooking spoon in her hand, and that cooking spoon for the children was like a whip, and a plain brooch on her lapel would change the uniform into a gaudy costume. And the children would imagine when lights were switched on, they will think that her eyes, Anna's eyes, showed the brightness of a stage performer's eyes. So all these things shows that the children were, because they were informed, the children were told by her mother that Anna was from circus. She was a cat trainer and she was brought from circus. So the children could not accept her as their nanny. They started to see her only as a circus cat. To them, she was never an alley cat or a nice mother or a nanny, because they see here her figure was huge and they could not accept her as their nanny. So in spite of nanny's many efforts to mix up with the children, they took her as the Anna of the circus. And one day, suddenly, Anna cried that her baby was gone. And Anna prayed to God to give her baby back. So her way of crying also made a writer to think that the baby had died. So a writer went and she informed her mother and she brought her mother. So a writer and her mother, they tried to console Anna. And then, they asked Mrs. Bates, the mistress of the house, about the funeral. When is the funeral, and how they have planned the funeral. So when she asked, Mrs. Bates started to laugh. The writer and her mother were horrified because Mrs. Bates, she clapped her hand over her mouth to stop her laughter. And when they asked about the funeral of Anna's baby, Mrs. Bates was laughing. But actually, no, what happened? Anna's baby was taken away by her husband. So nothing happened to the baby. So without knowing the truth, they thought that Anna's baby was dead. And later, what happened? Mrs. Bates, they tried to find the baby of Anna, but they couldn't find. And finally, they sent Anna to her child. And after several years, our writer, she saw Anna for the next time when they went to see a circus. And there they found Shakti's name on the handbill and a picture of Anna with a snarling tiger on her shoulders. She was smiling hugely. Anna was, in the writer's imagination, gawning upon a great bleeding hunk of flesh. She was doing the same breathtaking, death-defying, terror-striking feats in the circus. The writer saw a baby girl somersaulting in the sand dust and tumbling around the place, and the author thought that the little girl was Anna's daughter. Anna might have brought her baby back from her husband and joined the circus with her baby. Anna was a circus cat at heart and finally went back to where she belonged. The story, if you see, Circus Cat, Alley Cat, it comments on the plight of a woman in male-dominated society. A woman's need for a family life and motherhood make her an alley cat. So Anna, though alone, she retains her freedom. Meet you in next class. Thank you.